If I could propose to you that when this is all said and done, you would be right on target with your God-given talent, purpose, or fulfill the meaning that you were designed for, how many of you will be aboard? By show of hands.
But I feel as though religion as a whole, it might set a little standard, a little blueprint on how you should live your life. We all had different beliefs. I had my own beliefs. People ultimately believe in a higher source, and it all goes to the faith.
How often do you have that conversation? The conversation with you. The conversation with you when you're all by yourself, when you're all alone, when you're either sleeping, you're beginning to wake, going and coming to and from a given place. The conversation that really is all about your bare essentials. The conversation that reveals who you really are. The conversation that you dare not share. The conversation you're too scared to share. Really would have and could have made a difference. Conversation that no one knows. Or do you straddle the fence like many of us do? How often have you had that conversation, and is your conversation like my conversation? Many of us are just hurting, and we're in so much pain. How do we deal with these situations? Is there such a thing as a perfect life? Or are those just words put one behind the other? And more than likely they are. However, we have so much internal struggle, we don't realize that we're usually looking for things and seeking things, a comfort, if you will, that we will never truly obtain. What's your perfect life like? So true. Well, a last question. Is the man still the head of the household like he used to be? Or is that just a myth, a fable, or what's your view on that?
Well, I think times have changed, you know. And you see a lot of women out there who are bringing home the bacon. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, it has. I mean, I grew up with a very domineering father who was very dominant. And a lot of those traits have rubbed off on me. Okay, but I'm also married to a very strong woman who's not going to allow me to push her around in a certain way. So I think the role of the man, we are still head of the home. God ordained us to lead. And so,
I mean, I am the man of my house. My wife lets me make all the great decisions. I decide whether Red China should be in the UN. I decide in my mind's eye, should we bomb Libya? She tells me where the kids are. She tells me where we're going to dinner. So we divide our decisions, but I make the big ones.
Man being the head of the household, man, I really don't agree in it, you know. Like we get our strength and our power, and we come from a woman, you know what I'm saying? So if anything, we side by side, you know. We're never in front of them. We side by side. We need them just as much as they need us, you know what I'm saying? And evidently, it's clear to me that they're the smarter species anyway, you know what I'm saying? They're smarter than us, and they develop quicker than us mentally anyway. So you know what I'm saying? So I think if anything, we need them beside us.
Honestly, today's man, majority of the guys are ahead of the home, but some places the guys are letting the women take over to a point. But I feel that as though you shouldn't. You gotta stand your ground, and you gotta compromise for things to make it. You know, it's a 50-50, and sometimes they have to go 70-30, whatever, just to compromise.
Not as much as it was back in the day. Now, you know, women has a lot of education, a lot of them go to school, get the education. They make the money, so, you know, that changes the perspective.
Absolutely.
The men's perspective on marriage, relationships, you know, the religion, the place that the man has in life and in society today. I think that project needs to be giving some breath. I think, yeah, we know the saying, it's a man's world, James Brown, 1960, 1958, whatever. Yeah, well, it's always a man's world, but if it's true that behind every great man, there's a strong woman, what does it really say about who's in charge? Does anyone need to be in charge? Or are we, they, always the ones that are in charge? That man, that woman. And if that man and that woman are in charge, then why can't we lower the divorce rate? Why can't we have less domestic violence? Why can't we have better communication skills? It should be our world.